Rewind selector. Rewind selector. Rewind selector. Rewind selector. Rewind selector. Rewind selector.
Welcome to this random Friday 3 o'clock tasting. This is actually a tasting that I've been working on getting scheduled for a long time with the founders of Billionaires Row, Patrick Ductant and William Benson. I just got a note from their publicist that they won't be able to will not be able to get on. So we're going to get an interview with them pre-recorded and get it out there to you all later on because I think they have a great story to tell and I want to tell it. But listen, I know what it's like when I say I'm going to stream, and even if it's last minute and I don't stream, you all get a little angry at me from time to time. So I'm going to go ahead and we're going to go ahead and proceed with all that. A couple things to talk about. One, I'm going to soon be announcing the best non-Kentucky bourbon. So what do you think is the best non-Kentucky bourbon that I have tasted this year? So basically it's something that's made outside of Kentucky. I also do not include MGP. So MGP is, like, to me is an extension. It's not an extension of Kentucky, but it's basically, when I say non-Kentucky bourbon, I'm basically saying, the little guys. So basically the craft distillers. So I'll be announcing that here pretty soon. I will also be announcing best celebrity whiskey. Now, listen, I know a lot of people look at celebrity whiskeys like, oh, there's more celebrities getting in. That means the price is going to go up. And man, golly gee, that just stinks. And you know what? They're not wrong. They're not wrong. But I believe that trend of celebrity whiskey, it's going to keep on coming. So why don't we reward the ones who are putting out good whiskey instead of those, say, like a lot of the vodka producers are just having the celebrity slap their name on there and just kind of like, tra-la-la. And I think it's very important to name a best celebrity whiskey because the trend is going to keep coming. Let's make sure they know that it's in their best interest to make good whiskey and not just put their name on it. So that's my opinion on that. Now, before I even started this thing, I had a down like. So if you're in here streaming now, I know it's early still, give us a like, and that will help with the algorithms to help people understand that we are streaming right now and to check it out. So give us a like while you're in here. And let's get this thing going. Now, a couple other announcements. I got my best bourbon and best American whiskey tasting coming up on December 22nd. Now, you will see that in the basically the box when you click on videos and it says like upcoming streams. You will see that coming up. Also got a really cool stat coming up from Drizzly. I just got notice from Drizzly sales data on Black Friday, and you are not going to believe what the best American whiskey seller was on Black Friday. I'm going to be recording that shortly after this, and I'm doing a best of the Fred Minnick show this year. So if there was if you have a favorite episode, feel free to put that in the chat. And this is specifically the Fred Minnick show, not necessarily my live stream. I'm going to do something on that here soon. But, this YouTube community has been so important to me, and we've really grown together. We've had a lot of really incredible, I would say we really have had like our ups and downs this year. And right now I feel like we're finishing on a high point. And just a lot of really good things. Doug Pendleton asked, by the way, he's our moderator. Big thanks to Doug for always moderating. Is Uncle Nearest considered celebrity? Well, I'd say Fawn Weaver has certainly hit that celebrity status, but I don't think that we see, she has a lot of celebrities who support it. She has celebrity investors. I think that it's a standalone whiskey with celebrity connections, which every brand, you could say, is a celebrity connection. No, I'm thinking more along the lines when a celebrity actually owns the whiskey. That is what I mean by a celebrity whiskey. A lot of people always bring up Matthew McConaughey with his connection to Long Branch. I think that's a good nomination. I think last year the winner was Slipknot, and the Slipknot No. 9 Reserve. And I tell you what, man. I keep tasting that. It gets better every time I taste it. Now, will they win again this year? Yeah, we'll find out. To be honest with you, I haven't tasted a latest release from them in a while. Bob says Drizzly won't deliver to him in Western North Carolina. Well, that's just a darn shame, Bob. That's a darn shame. I'm sorry about that. Let's see what other good questions we have. Brian Toner makes a nomination for Bellflower. Bellflower is a Texas whiskey, and it is owned and operated by a former Ed Bellflower, who's a Hall of Fame hockey player. They've had an interesting year as well. He got himself in some trouble earlier this year that sadly became pretty public. Doug Pendleton says Woodinville for best non-Kentucky bourbon. Definitely a good nomination. Good nomination. You're not going to go wrong with that with me. How about Bob Dylan Heaven's Door, says Watchman 999. I don't know what it is, but every Heaven's Door I have tasted just hasn't done it for me. I mean, I've given it a shot. I've tried it a time or two. And it really didn't hit that mark for me. So what are we tasting today? Today we are tasting High West Midwinter's Night Dram, Act 7, Scene 6. We are tasting. Man, this was with these guys. I wanted to send something really special to them, and this was a Texas single malt release that from Balcones from 2013. So this has been sitting in my office for 7 years. I mean, I can't believe that. When I found that bottle, I was like, "Holy shit! I still have that." And this is the Billionaires Row brandy. It's a cuvee. It's an XO. So it's a brandy. The gentleman that was going to come on the show today, they own this product, and they own a champagne as well. So we'll get them on and look forward to chatting with them. And then the headliner of today's tasting is this guy right here. So this is a Pre-Castro Cuban rum. So this would have been imported into the United States by McKesson and Robbins. McKesson and Robbins, which also owned Chopin and Gore, which is a brand you see out there a lot, and they are the pharmaceutical distributor, that's publicly traded and all over the country, just simply called McKesson. But back then, they were McKesson and Robbins, and they were in the liquor business. Now, this was a gift from YouTube member Kurt Colson. So, Kurt, thank you for this. Very excited to taste it. However, the cork just absolutely blew up on me when I tried to crack it. So I had to transfer it into an empty bottle. And so here it is in an old faux birthday bourbon bottle. So let's get to the tasting. Feel free to get any questions that you might have in the chat, and let's get to tasting. I'm gonna go ahead and drink a little bit of water there. So I'm going to start with, Doug asked, is it an apple brandy? Now this would be, and these were some of the questions, the type of things I would ask, but no, let's see. So this was done at Domaine Castel Sablons in Saint Magrin. And admittedly, I was going to ask them all the brandy questions, but we will get to that when we interview them later on. So we're going to start with the Midwinters Dram. This is Act 7, Scene 6. Smells lovely. Honey. A little bit of a kind of like a pine forest. Now this is finished in port barrels. It definitely has a kind of some chocolate there too. Some honey, some chocolate. Really beautiful stuff. Doug asked the question, Cuba probably didn't add sugar post-distillation back then. Definitely not. They would have, their distilling methods, that in their culture, that was not in their culture of how to make rum. Adding like sweeteners after the fact, really common in like Venezuela. Dominican Republic. So it's kind of tangy and sweet at the same time. There is almost like a juniperish kind of effect on there. Like I smelled that pine. It's got a little bit of that going through there. It's a very, very, very interesting Midwinter's Night Dram. But I would say I'd skew it more on that sweet side. I would definitely buy it. Again, I did buy this bottle, so I would do it all over again. But it's not complex. It's not something that's going to say win whiskey of the year. So now I am actually, because I know that the Balcones is really, really rich. It's pot distilled. I know it is going to be, somewhat of it's going to be tough on the palate. So I'm gonna look up this where they acquired. Because again, these were going to be my guests today. And they were not able to make it. So this is a French distillery. Definitely grapes. And I can't read French. So I definitely will get more information about them, put it in the chat, or I'm sorry, the description. But again, these were going to be my guests today, Patrick Ductant and William Benson, owners of Billionaires Row. They have a champagne and they have a tequila. Not a tequila, a brandy. Maybe they do have a tequila on the way, and that's, my brain's just channeling tequila. But they are a new company that's on the scene, and I am really smelling the fruit on that. Doug asked a question, and Gary gives it a high five as a good question. Have you noticed much differences with the different scenes, different batches, same recipe as I understand? I have. One year was pretty exceptional. I think it was Act 3, Scene 4 was probably my favorite out of all of them. Steve's saying Act 4 is the GOAT. So here I am. I'm tasting the Billionaires Row, the XO. Definitely that, kind of like that sweet brandy-ish, kind of grapey. It really does. It smells like a cognac. It is not a cognac, but it smells a lot like a cognac. Oh, that's good. Interesting story. When I was really focused on, a career in wine writing, I took a lot of that. I spent a lot of time in France and studied like French distillation and studied the brandy making there. And I became a regular in cognac. I went to cognac a few times, and I became extremely familiar with their processes and everything. And I'd come back into Kentucky, and it was just like so different. And this just kind of takes me back to some of those like conversations I would have at a chateau with a little bit of brandy in my hand by a fireside. So this Billionaires Row, it's definitely elegant. It has hints of grapefruit, apricot, peach. There's a little bit of like apple in there as well. And like an orange marmalade. But go take a look for this. It's something nice to add to your collection. It's very tasty. Dan Swank asks, what food do you think would pair well with Billionaires Row? Honestly, I think this would pair really well with I'm gonna say seafood. Like I wanna have some like sushi with this. I think this would make for a great pairing up against some like halibut, some mackerel. Now, you all are asking all these questions that I was planning to ask the guests, but again, they could not make it. They're going to join me another time. So Doug's asking me the price point. So I'm just going to Google that right here. Everybody wants the price. Okay, so I'm going to go to, so I can't tell you due to, all right, $65. Looks like I found it online for $65. So not going to break the bank. And you all know that I'm a champion of trying to introduce you all to new products, trying to introduce you to new stories and spirits. And I think Billionaires Row is one of those great news stories in spirits. So definitely keep go look for them like right now. Buy a bottle, taste it for yourself. Let me know what you think. But I'm really like not wanting to put this down. I'm also wanting to make a sidecar with it. So this is excellent brandy for the money, and I would be buying it over like Hennessy VSOP, Remy Martin. Now, am I going to take this over, say, Cavassier XO? Probably not, but this is quite a bit less expensive than a Cavassier XO. An XO would be kind of like the premium there. So we'll when I'm able to get Patrick and William on the show, we'll give them an interview. And I think there might be a third guest come on with them. I don't know yet, but they have a bit of a musical connection as well. So we'll see if we can make that happen. All right, so now I'm going to go to the Balconies. This will give me an opportunity to tell you a little bit about them. I'm a big fan of Balcones, what they're doing. They've had an interesting last few years. Jared is doing a great job there in making some whiskey. This is actually the distiller who signed this one was Chip Tate. So this would have been when Chip Tate was the head distiller there. Jared is now the head distiller, and I just think that a lot of the whiskey that's coming off the still is excellent. The stuff coming out of the barrel is even more excellent. It's a very exciting distillery in Texas, and if you are not keeping an eye out on them, you're doing yourself a disservice. Okay. I think my bottle went bad. Because you can take a look here. Like, I replaced the cork. So, this has got like it definitely got oxidized. This cork was not big enough. The cork wasn't big enough for the hole. This is a replacement cork. See that? It just kind of goes in and out. Hey, Brett made it. All right. Yeah, guys, this got oxidized. It smells awful. Yeah, I'm not gonna drink that. I'm not gonna drink that because, unfortunately, I've got a beautiful Pre-Castro rum here. I was not able to date it, but I do know the McKesson history, so I would say that this is between 1933 and 1945. So, very excited about tasting this. Now, the question comes, am I going to then pair this with a Cuban cigar after? Well, just maybe. Rye Guy wants to know what are some of the notes that tipped me off that it was bad. I apologize, I did not tell you all that. I just kind of wanted to move on and get to the... Honestly, I'm just salivating for this Cuban rum that deserves to be loved on. The big note that came on for me was kind of like a skunk. Kind of a heaping pile of goat shit. And I know Balconies very well. And those are not aromas I've ever gotten from there. But it wasn't until I got like a cardboard smell. So there's like a cardboard. There's cardboard over skunk. Oh, shit. I was just trying to show that to you, and I poured some out. But can you smell it? Smell that? Yeah. There's definitely some gross in there. and it's because it was not properly secured. So, had nothing to do with the distillation. You just know when you smell wet cardboard, or like a particular wet dog, and then other bad notes kind of pile on top of it. You just sort of know. Okay, so here we go with this pre-Castro, pre-embargo rum. Wow. Smells really fruity. Fruity, kind of tannic, and a very special sweet cigar box smell. So if you're a cigar smoker, and when you open up that cigar box and you smell those cigars for the first time, you kind of move off that crinkle paper, and there's a particular kind of like spicy vanilla note there that you just like. It smells like a cigar box, like a fresh cigar box. It's really prevalent here. Oh, yeah. Mm. Oh, my God. Tobacco. Beautiful, beautiful tobacco. Over caramel, over hints of molasses, touch of black pepper. This is gorgeous. It's the way it's hitting my palate. It's the way it is really just mouth coating it like butter. Wow. That is really gorgeous. Kind of gives me goosebumps a little bit. I'm so bummed that I wasn't able to taste this with William and Patrick, but we'll get them next time. But this could be one of the top 5 rums I've ever tasted. And I'm not going to lie, it's not one I really want to talk about after I'm done tasting it. I want to like sit and think about it, like write my notes. I want to smoke a cigar. I want to be with a buddy. I want to enjoy the moment. Not that I'm not enjoying the moment with you. Obviously I am. I just mean like this is a thinking rum. This would have been something, Ernest Hemingway would have been writing to. This is like making me want to write. Dan Swank, does the flavor remind you of anything that you can buy now? Oh, hell no. No. So this style of rum is like less thick than the really good rums that are out now. I'm probably going to offend a lot of people here. I don't think Cuban distillers are as good as they used to be, and I don't think anybody is as good as they used to be with that kind of like Spanish style of rum making. And where the backbone of rum making is right now is kind of the heavier styles, where that come very the blends of pot and column, or the big jammy in your face flavors from like Hampton and Foursquare and Appleton and Mount Gay. You get mouthfuls of flavor. This is delicate. You're not going to get many delicate flavors out of the good rums that are coming out now because they're not designed to be that way. And Bacardi distill such a high proof point. Like Bacardi is really the one distillery that could and should be kind of like, you know, following the older styles, and they distill at such a high proof point that they strip out a lot. And also the molasses is not as good today as it was then. But again, like I said, I'd probably be offending people with that, but at the same time, whatever. Wyatt Steed, so say no to Havana Club. No, I didn't. I don't, not necessarily. You know, you got to remember there's 2 Havana Clubs. And, you know, the one that's on the shelves in the United States, you know, it's not going to be that special. It'll be good, but it's not going to be at this level. Man, this is so good. Big shout out and love to Kurt Colson for this. Yeah, YouTube members. That's our buddy Kurt. He really hooked me up. Damn, that's good. So, Well, I had an idea. To the membership community, and that is, I have some things I need to record. I was thinking that, you know, you all could come on over and see me record those in advance of everybody else if you'd be down. Save me some time and give you all something to you know, to check out. So if the members are down, let's go ahead and record, because I got about 30 minutes I need to record. And for all those who are not members, we do have a YouTube membership community where we hang and have a good time. And you just click the join button right next to the subscription button. But so members, be on the lookout for a new link from me, and we'll get started. I got a couple things that I'm going to want to record, and I'll be just kind of like before, where we do our thing. You know what I'm saying? So, all right, members. I'll see you inside the member community, and let's get. Let me clear out a little bit. These are just going to be quick takes, quick hitters and stuff, but I can record them, download them, edit them, upload them. It'll be great. And so we'll have that to share. But everybody, thank you for joining me on this quick live stream. And I do apologize that my guests weren't able to make it, but I assure you they are quality human beings that I cannot wait to introduce you to. And that is Patrick Ductant and William Benson. And once again, I just tasted and fell in love with their very affordable, for brandies anyway, Billionaires Row XO, $65 price point from what I was able to see online. Check this out. Check it out. They have some good flavors in there. And look at that. Look at that. You see the little particles kind of going around there. That means they didn't filter the shit out of it. So, they like their spirit based on that. All right, everybody. So, members, I will see you inside the community where we're going to talk about the top 10 Drizzly for Black Friday, and I'm going to record the video of the Q4 American Whiskey of the Year contenders. So, all right. I'll see you all in the membership community. Cheers.